Thanks for clicking onto this video. If you're here for gameplay tips, then skip to the time on screen. If you're here to learn about the map first, then stay here, we will get to the gameplay. Skeld is the first map to be added to Among Us and is probably by far the easiest one to understand. This diagram for the map was made by u/SuperInkyGD on Reddit. If you want to go check out this original post, then I'll leave a link to it in the description. Now, on Skeld, there are 14 unique locations, which consist of going clockwise, cafeteria, weapons, O2, navigation, admin, shields, communications, storage, electrical, lower engine, reactor, security, upper engine, and medbay. All locations either have a special task or job that you can perform at each area. For example, security doesn't have a dedicated task for it, but it does have a common task, which is known as wiring. But security does play a vital role when winning a game, as it contains the security cameras, which can be used to monitor rooms and hallways. Medbay is also a crucial location, as it contains the medbay scan, which will prove to all your fellow crewmates that you are not an imposter. I recommend you don't finish this task instantly, as you will not be able to do it again, so keep it on you until all your crewmates know you are not an imposter. Okay, so emergency events are events triggered by the imposters used to redirect crewmates or attempt to sabotage certain areas. Areas that can be sabotaged include the reactor area, communications, and oxygen, as well as lights. The two events that will end the game include reactor meltdown and oxygen depletion. If you do not complete these tasks in the allotted time, you will lose the game and the imposters will win. Now, if you're playing as the imposter, you have the ability to use vents to travel between unique locations in a very short amount of time. You can take advantage of these vents and kill near them and escape quickly to make a quick escape without anyone seeing you. Just make sure you have a decent alibi and you should be fine. One easy way to find an imposter is following them doing tasks. When you do a task, your taskbar will go up, and as it goes up, it will fill up as you complete more and more tasks. If you see a crewmate do a task and their bar doesn't go up, that means they are the imposter. Alright, let's do some math. Now, the rounds you will be able to skip on, if all imposters are alive, will be if there's 10 players, 9 players, 8 players, 7 players. But as soon as it gets to 6 players, you cannot skip if there are 2 players that are the imposters. Attempt to try to find patterns in the way people speak in different roles, as they can often give away if they speak too much as an imposter, or if they speak too little as an imposter. Try to keep your alibi straightforward and concise to save the most time and not give yourself away if you're the imposter. If it's getting close to the end of the game and you're just trying to wait it out and do tasks as much as possible, then it's probably the most smart to travel in groups, because then it's harder for the imposter to kill without getting noticed. And if your main goal is just to do tasks and finish it up as much as possible, then remember, if you're dead, then you can do tasks. Make sure you do those too, because they count towards the actual taskbar and will decide if you win the game or not. Now, if you're close to completing all the tasks and it's getting to the end of the game, then remember, you don't have to always vote someone out. You can do tasks and just play the game out that way. Now, what if I'm an imposter and I just got voted out and my teammate is in trouble because they know it's him and they're going to call vote? Now, what you can do when you're dead is you can do emergency events, and that will stop the emergency button from being pressed for a short amount of time. Until they complete that emergency task, then they cannot press the button. That way, your teammate can get a kill and you can win the game. So try not to go into electrical too much, because that's kind of a hot spot for imposters, especially if you're alone with another player. They can easily just murder you. Quick tip to remember your pathing and where you started and where you ended and where you've been in the middle, because that will be very crucial in the discuss phase, where people will try to find out who is closest to the body and who could be the possible killer. Remember to ask for locations and ask where people are, so you can try and triangulate who it is and where they are currently. and try to find out if their story matches and if they might be the murderer or if they vented. Sometimes when your crewmate friends are hard defending one of the imposters, then that might be a sign that they are also an imposter, but it's not always 100% correct, so just make a mental note of that. And that concludes the video. Thank you for watching. I hope I'm able to teach you something at least. And if I didn't teach you much, or you just hate my voice, then I will link a couple guides in the description below if you want more information, or you just want to watch more tip videos. Thank you.